Hello everyone, welcome to MX Disc Golf. I'm Raul Barcelo and I'm joined again today in the booth with my friend Hayden Frederiksen. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing great. How you doing, Raul?
Great. I'm glad that you're back here for the back nine conclusion of this first round at the Hideaway Open 2026, presented by Dynamic Discs. Our good friend also Steven Story, Stevo, who runs this tournament and does a great, excellent job. So shout out to him. And shout out to Nicky from the Hideaway, who also has literally the #1 course in Texas.
Yes, 100%.
It's amazing. If you guys haven't checked out the Hideaway, make sure you come out and enjoy one of the best days of disc golf they can possibly bring you, with 2 courses and the restaurant and a lot of fun.
#1 course and definitely #1 food in Texas. Their stuff's good.
Yeah, definitely good. And so we're going to be watching the back half of this first round. We got today on the card, we have GT with a +2 so far. We have yourself, Hayden, with a very nice -3.
Yep.
And we got Brandon with a +4, but that included that snowman. So let's go straight into it. Hole 10, 391 feet, par 3, over the water. What do you think about this hole?
It's a good hole. You know, we got a tailwind on it here today. I think you can see my breath there a little bit. You can see got some ice on the course. Yeah, this is definitely a hole where you just want to launch one up there high enough with this tailwind and try and get it back left. And that one was turned over just a little bit. There is OB over there, and luckily just short of it, but
Almost found it there.
not ideal.
Yeah, and as we mentioned on the first video on the front half, if you haven't watched it yet, it is very cold. And even though it's already, at this point, it's probably like 3 or 4 p.m., and it's still very cold, and the wind is cold. And also, because it's kind of getting later in the day now, it is actually getting colder as we go through the round.
Yes. Yeah, getting colder. The wind is kind of steady throughout the whole thing. You can see it took GT a while to get to the tee box, but he finally got here. Slowing us up.
Using his full 45 seconds.
Per the new rule.
Oh, no, it's 30 seconds on the team already.
Yeah, we should have stroked him here. But threw a much better shot than me. Very well done.
Brandon, he's like, not going to stroke me, Hayden.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Brandon's trying to forget about that front 9, and
Definitely.
it's a new 9. See what he can do. This hole is definitely gettable for most of the MPO field in this tailwind. Once it gets to a headwind, it does get a little bit more difficult, but Brandon's really giving it the height. But it's not pushing quite as much as he would like on a lot of hyzer, but it can be hard to get power in the cold too.
Yeah, and to get through those trees with such a low ceiling on the top of the hill there, it's like you either get all the way over all the trees, or you're just getting lucky.
And I threw a shot
man.
I was afraid to early release it, so I grip locked it long. GT the only one with a real putt at it,
I like this look at it.
and that is money.
Yeah, good
Wow,
too.
what a great putt.
Such good commitment too with that tailwind. You really have to fire it in there. Can't float it.
Runs it in all the way up the hill. I feel like the camera didn't do justice as to how far that putt was. That was a very, very far putt. I have no idea. Maybe edge of circle 2 or something like that.
With a low ceiling.
And uphill.
I'm happy to get that par
Oh, what a
save.
good save.
All smiles here. And Brandon will take the par as well. So going on to hole number 11. This one's a par 4. It's changed a little bit over the years. If you haven't seen this course in a while, there's now OB on the right and the left side. So it makes it a little bit less inviting to throw the bomb, to say the least.
Yeah.
Most people just kind of get a hyzer to put in the fairway. Wind's kind of in the face here. And GT does not judge it right, and the wind just pulls that over OB right, and it's OB early.
Pretty early. What are you throwing on this?
I'm throwing my most overstable PD2.
Yep, sounds about right.
And, yeah, after seeing GTs, I was like, the worst mistake you can make here is pulling it right early. And with the headwind, it's not necessarily an easy birdie or one that a lot of people are going to get. So I'm just kind of hyzer protecting, and it just gave it some good height, too. And that thing had no chance of being anywhere but in the fairway. Not very far, though.
Difficult tee shot, and definitely gets in your mind the OBs on both sides. I remember the OB on the right side wasn't there. That might be also a new addition for either this year or last year, and it makes a big difference.
Cawthorne's throwing a Millennium Quasar here, which is a beefcake distance driver. It still goes far, but it can handle the wind for sure. Some people call it a Quasar, some people call it a queso. Just depends. And GT corrected with the more overstable disc here.
Very nice.
But you can see if you go OB early, the birdie or the four is out of play.
Yeah. And even this second shot is pretty much like the tee shot as far as the having to keep it in between both OBs there, and
Yep.
can get very tricky.
It was a little early, but I was not expecting the skip in the fairway. It was a little muddy, but it was not a perfect shot either.
Yeah.
Cawthorne's doing what I'm doing, just rinse and repeat from the tee shot. Spike hyzer, and that is much better.
Good tombstone.
Yep. GT throwing a little A2 action. And getting away from him a little bit. Gonna have a little work left. I'm throwing my A5. I just want to float something up there and try and get it close. Should be good enough. Didn't get any crazy rolls.
Yeah. Still outside the circle here, so some work to do here for Brandon.
A little right to left headwind. And that's a tough one to make. And that was a pretty dirty cut through.
I agree.
It wasn't dead center pole, but those catch most of the time. And that one was also a bad shot, but that one was all on me.
A little short arm it.
It was a short arm. It was cold, and I just really did not commit. And those little ones, they haunt you.
Yeah, yeah. You might forget a bunch of really good shots you had for the whole round, but you will remember that little one that you missed, for sure.
GT's making sure the chains are regulation size, I think.
So hole 12, 360 feet, slightly uphill, and OB right behind the basket.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely a gettable too, but the wind right now is making it way harder.
It's kind of that left to right wind, and that was just a misrelease for sure.
Yeah. See a little frustration there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the cold can just make it so your grip never feels 100% confident, and if your thumb slips up a little bit before you throw it, or your timing's off, it's just it exposes all the flaws in the throw.
GT making sure that his footing is going to be good for this throw.
Safety first.
I'm guessing this is some kind of destroyer or something
It
similar.
looks like a destroyer, like a straighter, and that is thrown very well.
Very, very good shot.
You can tell you kind of just want to throw it into that hill and then have it skip up to the top. There is water on the other side if you absolutely blast it. I'm throwing a Thunderbird here just because it kind of fits the style of throw I'm throwing. And throw pretty good. It could have been a little more driven, and so that just peters out a little early.
Yeah, still pretty good, like you said.
Yep.
Brandon, he was lucky not to get caught up in the early trees there, so he's wide open, able to look at the basket here.
Yep. Still have a little work left, and just squares that tree. I've got a little tailwind and a little branch in my way. Kind of have to put it to the left of it on Anheuser. So just circle two.
Oh,
And I
man,
loved it.
that looked
I
really
loved
good.
it.
So close today.
Also, that sun, you're just staring right at it sometimes.
Yeah,
That time of day. I can't complain, though. Those people who get up at 8 in the morning to play some of these tournaments, like in this 30 degrees, oh my gosh, couldn't imagine.
Yep. Oof, Brandon not able to connect there for his putt. So he'll settle for that bogey.
Yeah.
And here comes GT finally. This is his birdie. It's actually pretty close. Making sure he reads the wind correctly, goes through his routine. Looking good.
Yeah, even though it's close, you know, if you hyzer putt this one with that right to left wind, it can get out of hand and go OB. And that was well done.
And GT does hyzer putt, so definitely has to think a little bit more about the wind when that situation arises on the right to left. But handles it beautifully. Great birdie. Even though it's a gettable birdie, I don't see that often, right?
Yeah, it's funny. It seems like it should be got a lot more, but something about it, you know, it's a really well designed hole. And then this one, I think the numbers are incorrect on it, 'cause, you know, on the tee signs, because it has the long position, which it usually is. So
Yeah, actually, we're playing the short position for this tournament, so it's a little bit shorter than what the tee sign said, and even what the drone footage showed.
yeah,
So, yeah, we're at the top of the hill there. It should be gettable for everyone on this card, or at least put it somewhere near the basket.
yeah. And this one was a headwind, a little downhill. It's very easy to get one turned over here, so. And as you might be able to see, I just kind of hyzered it out early.
A little early. There's
Didn't
that
commit.
ditch. That ditch is dry, but it's, you know, almost blind to the basket. It's so low.
Yeah. It's gonna be an approach shot. There's no putts for me. Cawthorne's making sure his footing's good. On that same quasar. And it's handling the headwind pretty well, but gets no skip on that low hyzer line, which is very rare. Trying to give it a little half bid, but just settling for something close. GT has a death putt here.
Yeah, this is the kind of putt where you really want to hit something.
And
Oh no, and
I think he thought he made that too. As you can see, it just drops off down this hill, and now he has a headwind comebacker.
yeah, that lower area is where the regular basket sits. Oh, and he's not able to connect.
Just chains out.
So, just gonna have a bogey there for GT. Smart play. Good work. Keep it moving.
Me and Cawthorne just cleaning up our pars. Move on to the next one.
Yeah, hole 14, 378 feet, par 3. I think this is a great hole. It's one where sometimes you can see the over-the-top play over everything, go over all the trees, or you just get sneaky through the middle. And let's see what... Oh, no puffy jacket.
Taking off the puffer for this one.
All right.
This is a headwind, and I know I have to unload, so... Just giving it the height. And still on hyzer with that overstable disc. It flipped it up to flat, and it's fine. Just short.
Yeah. But like you said, it's fine.
Yeah. Definitely a hole that if it's a favorable wind, everybody should be getting, but in this headwind, you really have to hit it perfect.
Yeah.
Unless you go down the gap, which then you really have to hit it perfect. But I would say most people in MPO probably go over the top here.
Yeah, that's what I've seen so far. But, you know, you never know. Somebody might get sneaky on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But it does look like Brandon is lining up the top. So let's see. And almost where you landed is where I think everyone's trying to land, really, if you're going over the top.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can land somewhere in the middle, you see that left side kind of drops off a little bit, and he was fortunate to get a little bit of a kick right and not trickle down the hill,
I
but
agree.
it can be a little tougher to get up and down if you go down that hill. Foreshadowing for next round's coverage with Bigfoot. And GT looks like he might be going down the gut. I cannot remember.
It does look like he's lining it up lower.
Yep.
Oh, man, so close.
You have to get the height right and the line perfect. And even then, it's not guaranteed. So I'm surprised he did that, but... And this is not a close putt. I did decide to lay it up because that tree was kind of in my way.
Smart golf, man.
If the tree wasn't in my way, I probably would have given a little half bid, but having to Anheuser putt it, it's just asking to go long. But Brandon is a little bit more wide open. And that was a good line.
Great bid.
And playing out of turn. That should be a stroke. Tapping in.
Technically, he also played out of turn.
Mm.
Just kidding. No, good work. 3 pars. No harm.
Yep. I think there's a lot of those on this hole this weekend.
So hole 15, 650 feet, par 4. This is, again, one of the difficult holes of the course that par feels really good. This tee shot, I think everyone's going to go over, but if you, I don't even see how not going over is an option. You just have to go over.
Yeah, you definitely can get into a good spot going down the gap. It's super touchy and a super tough shot. This one, it's a little easier to go over the gap, over the top. And worst case scenario, you should be able to scramble for par. If you got on the gut, you can hit something early, and par is out of play. Mine was a little bit too far left.
Yeah, this fairway is kind of shaped like a Z.
Yeah.
So if you don't land left enough up there to see the second tunnel, there's nothing.
You can see
Just have to pitch up.
Brandon kind of started his a little flatter than mine, and it was better in the fairway. Mine was on hyzer, so it started going left immediately, and he made the correction for sure.
Still workable.
Yep. GT also starting it pretty far on the right side of the fairway. What happened here? Oh,
Yeah.
just a short knocker. It's okay.
Baby tombstones.
Got a low ceiling forehand here.
Perfect lineup to the basket, actually.
Yeah. And look at this.
Oh,
With a little
That was awesome.
skip ride in there.
wow.
Such a good shot.
Circle 1 for his birdie.
Yep.
And look at that smile.
This is a nice position to be in. But it's a little touchy. I think Brandon was having a little bit of trouble with his forehand today, too. It wasn't quite dialed where it should be. I'm forehanding a FD, which might be not advised, but and just what you call a Garrett Saunders wrist roll into the ground. Showing his athleticism here. A little patent pending. Yep. Dialed.
Great work.
And I said, let me try that a little bit. I like the way that looks. Yeah.
Yeah. Good work also.
GT the only one with a birdie putt in the group. And I don't believe there's a lot of birdies on this hole today in total. So this would be a really good one for him to get.
Boom, knocks it down. Great birdie, like you said. Good work. And the two of you guys just have little par putts. Yeah, he's talking about the roller coaster.
Yep.
Look at the scorecard, so many colors.
He's got the Christmas scorecard right now. I'm going through my routine after that shorty I missed. Like, let's take our time here.
Sure.
I feel like I catch myself just blowing hot air into my hands like all throughout the round.
Yeah, after every putt is like.
Yep.
Were you wearing gloves in between throws?
I was not.
Okay.
You know what? I don't always, and I stopped using those hot hands because for some reason it would make my hands like I wouldn't have good grip. So I just kind of put them in my pocket and just toughed it out a little bit.
Gotcha. Well, here we have hole 16, 306 feet, par 3. We kind of have the old gap, which was a big fairway on the left, the one that flew the drone. But then we also have this new tunnel on the right side, which is what GT is pointing at right now. It's a little bit narrower of a fairway, but straighter at the basket. And GT barely misses. I mean, if he missed that tree, that would have been way up there.
Just barely missed his angle, but he's still kind of in the middle, so he's not too upset about it.
Yeah.
Because if you get a right kick on this hole, adios. And I'm throwing my honor on forehand, and I kind of got a little lucky at the end, but I hit the original gap that I wanted to hit, which is all you can ask for out here sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, made it pretty far up there, so that's pretty good, honestly.
And this hole, I do wish there was a backhand gap through that right side, because it is a cool tight gap, but you pretty much have to throw forehand unless you're a lefty.
Oh, that
And-
was so good.
Just buttery. Cannot throw it much better than that.
That was sick.
Might be a birdie
As
there,
I was
boys.
saying, he was
Let's
having
go.
trouble with his forehand, just absolutely pierced the gap. Take that. And these are the ones that should be automatic, but still require focus, and he throws it very well.
That's a shot I've been working on.
We're like
Oh, wow.
20 feet here. It kind of got up there a good ways.
Yeah. Great reaction.
And
Oh.
you know, there's a little bit of headwind that you kind of see with that. I didn't actually notice it in the tournament. I thought I just had a bad putt, but you can't really feel it that well. But there's still some wind that pulls through those trees.
Yeah.
Sucks to miss a birdie opportunity out here, though.
Yeah, it was, and one that was so, quote unquote gettable.
Yes.
And Brandon does connect, and he feels a little relief after a long back half.
Yep. He's warning GT that the other people were about to tee off so that he didn't
No rush.
putt while they were throwing. But good par save.
Hole 17, 498 feet, par 4. It's like a long tunnel with these undulations on the ground. I really like this hole. This might be my favorite hole to play and to watch.
It's so cool. Yeah. This one feels fun because it feels a little bit gettable, but it can be very punishing too.
Legend says that James Conrad has two.
Oh, really?
That was pretty good. Right in the middle there for Brandon. I think that's where you want to be, really, for your next shot.
Yep. Yep. Anywhere in the fairway is nice. When you kick off the fairway, it can be a little bit tougher to scramble, especially if you're early. So he's happy with that. And GT just early.
Come on, man.
Not super stoked with that one.
Yeah.
I'm throwing this. Oh, we're taking it off again.
Ah.
I'm throwing this Destroyer. It's a 2019 Luster Champ Destroyer. That is just, baby straight. So I've been loving it, and it's just.
Keep on turning.
Ooh, that looks so good. Wow.
It was coming in hot.
Oh, man, you can see the limb that it caught there.
Yeah.
Man.
I missed my angle probably by like a couple degrees because it might have been able to get there to Conrad territory, but not quite. And you can see GT's just literally throwing on ice right here.
Oh, no. Oh, no. This is why they make you sign a waiver before you play a tournament.
Yeah, so you don't sue Steve-O after a slip and fall. in the fairway. Forehand with what I think is a Firebird here. But yeah, this is one of those you just gotta kind of chop over and hit your angle right. Probably a little too pinched for a backhand. Just kind of gets away a little bit, but still has a look.
Good tree at the end to save him and kind of keep him in range.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that looks so good for
Wow.
Brandon.
Yep. I mean, that don't seem too easy for him. Here, I kind of only have a step out forehand, a little bit of a chop. It's a very small gap to hit, but I'm just like, hit the first gap and hopefully we get through the rest.
What are you throwing?
This is an A5. It's basically like a
Oh,
zone.
it's the same guy you've been throwing the whole time.
And it's just like,
asking you.
it's perfect as I can throw it.
Nice.
That's all about the angle right there.
That
Just
was beautiful.
hit the angle and spin it. Okay, so GT still has a little bit of a look for birdie here. I'm sorry, not birdie, it's par.
Barely misses to the right.
And lets the tree know about it. It's a frustrating hole to get a bogey on, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Great birdie.
Great shot.
That upshot was so buttery.
Yeah. Something about backhand approach shots. I like them a little more in forehands. They just look more pure.
Well, your forehand looked very pure also.
Thank you. Yeah, VT stepping. Oh, he's got to mark it because he's up against that tree.
Yeah. Can't set his foot on the tree.
Yeah.
So, saving the bogey. And finally, hole 18, 723 feet, par 4. It starts out with this tunnel that turns right and then goes wide open. Very windy still.
Yeah.
I feel like in the last few holes we were all in the woods and it got super cold here at the end.
Yeah, sun's coming down a little bit. Luckily, this hole is a tailwind, but this hole is just about as hard as they get.
Yeah.
Placement, the trouble you can get in. There's a Mando up there. It's like, it's a great hole, though. Cawthorne throwing a mid-range here. And
Late release.
misses his angle, or yeah, maybe a little bit of a late release. You can see like on the left side, those trees kind of poke out, and the height that you want to throw it. I was thinking about going big over the top here, but cleaner heads prevailed. But yeah, where you kind of want to throw the height, it's where the fairway is the most narrow. So it is definitely a really hard gap to hit backhand. Throwing a P Model US. Just barely tree trim in there, but threw it
Great
about as
kick.
I could, yeah.
What a great kick.
Kind of just skimmed off those
Yeah.
firs. And GT showing us the forehand gap here. Forehand definitely seems like a easier one to hit the gap with, but you got to be careful on where it flares and really get touchy with it. You see he's throwing the flex shot here and
You
just
overturned it.
barely misses the Mando.
Oh,
Also, cool thing about this course is they have a little menu there, and you can call in and order your food when you get to this hole,
yeah.
which is nice. And he's really in there. It's not. He's having to get his foot all the way in there.
I mean, he's still easily 500 feet plus from the basket. So there's so much work to be done from here, and he's throwing from a knee. So, yeah. And that's about as good as you could have done here.
Oh yeah.
He's up there.
Make it up there in the fairway, and this is the drop zone is where the short pad is here on this hole.
Yep.
So GT's probably got close to 500 here, I would guess.
Yeah, I would assume so as well.
Probably a little less, but not
He does
easy.
not like it.
Nope. Throw the hood on. Yeah, just a little bit. Just made it out in the open, though. I'm taking off the puffer one last time. All right. Warming up the hand. Okay.
Again, I can't emphasize how cold it is. I think it's difficult to play in such cold conditions.
Yeah.
Even though it's not snow on the ground.
And there's no snow. And this is one of the better drives I've thrown on this hole and second shots. I'm wearing the hat from the crazy cousin from Vacation. It's keeping me warm.
Yeah.
You see Brandon has to deal with the sun, too, in his eyes.
Yeah.
A lot of factors.
What did you throw on that upshot?
I threw that Luster Destroyer.
Okay.
It's a straighter one.
Yeah. Brandon, a little short here. He still has some work. Well, your upshot was money.
Thank you.
GT, sun in his eyes.
And
No problemo.
he's like, get me out of here. Get me to that grill and
Yeah.
get you a cheeseburger. And Brandon's taking off the beanie and putting the cap on, it looks like.
Yeah, get that sun out of his eyes and make sure that he's able to see clearly where he's aiming. I'm sure he's thinking he could still get this from far.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, and nearly does it. I am probably just outside the circle.
And what are you thinking here?
I'm thinking, I've actually already checked scores and saw that 3 under was leading, so I'm like, I got to make this putt.
Oh, okay.
Circle 2. And
Bang,
hearted
bang.
it. I've actually never birdied this hole in tournament, so I was very excited about that one.
Nice.
The putt?
It looked really clean.
It feels good to leave, too, when you finish with a birdie on the hole.
Yeah. And one that you were like, I have to get this, and then you do get it.
Yep.
That's great.
A little high, but still dead center.
So GT's going to tap out here, and a little spoiler alert, but Hayden did make it onto the lead card for round 2 on Sunday, which is actually going to be covered by Bigfoot Media. So hop on over there and watch that.
Yep, it's going to be myself. Oh, you can see here Parker Austin, Blake Seddons, and Hatcher Mason snuck on.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for joining me, Hayden. I really enjoyed doing commentary with you, man.
Thank you, Raul. I really appreciate the opportunity.
And yeah, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram. Make sure you follow us here. Subscribe to this channel. Give it a like. Share it. Everything else that's going to make our channel grow.
Best coverage in the game.
Thanks, man. See you guys next time.